Good evening, friends. Thanks for joining us. So this thing has been a part of Minnesota's largest city for almost 20 years. It's called ShotSpotter. It's meant to detect where gunfire happens in the moment and get emergency officials to the scene faster. But some big cities are getting rid of ShotSpotter, saying there's research that says it disproportionately impacts communities of color negatively and it contributes to overpolicing. So now Minneapolis is on the cusp of not only deciding whether to extend this contract, and it's also trying to discuss whether to expand if it's going to use a ShotSpotter elsewhere in the city. Jennifer Hoff digs deeper into this discussion.
Minneapolis in the midst of a violent stretch, police recently responding to 5 murders in just as many days. At the same time, the city council is weighing whether to keep using technology to detect gunshots and dispatch police, called ShotSpotter. Vice President Tom Chittum says was first invented in the 90s.
In the last year alone, more cities have expanded their ShotSpotter coverage than have discontinued service in the entire company's history.
Chittum says sensors throughout the city can alert officers in less than 60 seconds, sometimes through an app on their phone. He says leads to faster response and improved evidence collection that even the chief agrees with.
Really, any one thing is not a panacea to the problems that we're facing around shootings and violence in the city, but it is a useful piece of technology.
Minneapolis is the only city in the state still using ShotSpotter, along with about 170 more across the country, but still several others are cutting ties, from San Diego to Dayton, and most recently Chicago. Its Office of the Inspector General releasing a report 3 years ago saying ShotSpotter isn't effective at all.
The data we reviewed did not demonstrate a significant operational value.
The government watchdog agency's report also found only 9% of responses produced any evidence, on top of a $33 million price tag.
Was the report itself damning to you?
We don't draw conclusions in that report beyond the data analysis itself. That's for the city's policymakers to do. If anything, our report is really a call for just that, for a transparent, open policy conversation around the costs and benefits of this technology.
Minneapolis counselors will mull whether to extend its own contract, which expires in 2 years, and if it should expand ShotSpotter in areas seeing growing gun violence, like South Minneapolis and Loring Park, as it will also undergo a comprehensive evaluation into its efficacy at the same time.
This felt like a good way for us to lean into some of that evaluation, but also get some answers and change direction based on that evaluation.
Critics have argued ShotSpotter leads to over-policing and disproportionately impacts communities of color, sometimes creating alerts that aren't necessary for other loud sounds like fireworks.
We use a comprehensive system for eliminating sounds that are not gunfire, and we maintain a very high accuracy rate because of that.
The city wouldn't say how many sensors are spread throughout it, only that there have been about 2,100 activations so far this year.
It's almost as if some people are arguing that ShotSpotter is causing the shootings to happen in those neighborhoods, when in reality is we're putting the technology there and we're putting resources there because of the problem that exists.
A complicated one at that, with no simple solution. In Minneapolis, Jennifer Hoff, KARE 11 News.
Chief Brian O'Hara also told Jen that the technology he feels is helpful, especially when staffing remains low. In the future, this contract now in the hands of the full city council and could come with a cost of hundreds of thousands of dollars more than is already paid.